When a legendary number changes hands, it's never just about a jersey. It's a message. Today, the Chargers reopened a wound that never fully healed. They took a risky bet, name and all, and made another bold move to turn this offense into something we've never seen before. But hold on, there's more. A move behind the scenes just reignited the backfield battle, and the name that just dropped might be the next face of the franchise. Everything's on the line. The vibe is rupture. Turning point war. So lock in and ride this one to the end with me. You know what it means when a sacred number switches hands? It's not just stats, not just fabric, it's identity. And today, the Los Angeles Chargers sent a silent message loud enough to echo through the entire fan base. The number 13, worn for 11 seasons by Keenan Allen, now belongs to an undrafted rookie quarterback, DJ Uiagalelei. That's not random. That's a symbol. Even without an official statement, the weight of this move is clear. We're not talking about just any player. Keenan Allen is arguably the greatest wide receiver in recent Chargers history. 6 Pro Bowls, over a decade of precise routes, clutch catches, and pure heart. And now to see that number handed off like it's just another jersey. To a rookie who hasn't even made the 53 yet? That's like erasing a signature without asking who signed it. Sure, technically this doesn't rule out a Keenan return, but it doesn't leave the door open either, especially considering this new regime. Joe Ortiz in the front office and Jim Harbaugh on the field has zero emotional ties to the vet. Allen was drafted in 2013. That's a different Chargers, a different world, and the fact he was shipped out right at the start of the Ortiz era made one thing clear. The past is past. Fans, predictably, weren't thrilled. Keenan Allen was trending again, but for the wrong reasons, not for a highlight, not for a comeback, for the way his legacy was being treated. Cold. One of the top-liked comments online hit hard. They should have retired 13, not recycled it. But there's logic behind the move. And to Harbaugh, it's not just symbolic, it's surgical. The mission here is clear. Rewrite this team's DNA. That means letting go of legends and locking in on the future. Look at the draft. Trey Harris, Keandre Lambert-Smith, and Oronda Gadsden all brought in to fill the exact gap Keenan left behind. So if a reunion was ever on the table, the clock's ticking, and fast. For Allen, there might still be a team out there ready to value his experience and leadership, but in LA, the message is out. There's no room for nostalgia in this rebuild. And that mindset proves one thing. Harbaugh didn't come here to make friends. He came to win. If that means turning the page without blinking, so be it. Around here, the name on the locker means less than the work on the field. And as brutal as that sounds, that's how champions are built. But hold up, this was just the warm-up. The next move caught even the most optimistic fans off guard. You know that rare moment when Chargers fans finally breathe. That happened, but not without surprise. Fans have been screaming for new weapons for Herbert for months. Felt like nobody was listening. Then came the draft, and suddenly silence turned into a statement. His name? Trey Harris. If there's one guy who could flip this offense's script, it's him. And no, this wasn't a flashy first-round stunt. This was a calculated strike by people who know what they're building. Taken with the 55th pick, Harris is already being labeled the steal of the draft. Harbaugh and Ortiz didn't even try to hide their excitement. Coach called him tough, sharp, and a guy who scores. Ortiz doubled down, said he's got presence, confidence, and elite football IQ. Oh, and the wild part, Harris used to be a quarterback. That means he sees the game like one, thinks like a passer, not just a receiver. That explains the buzz. Harris isn't just stats, he's reads, he's awareness. Even after a groin injury limited part of his season at Mississippi State, he racked up over 1,000 yards, with nearly half coming after the catch. 5 touchdowns over 20 yards. That's burst. That's vertical danger. And here's the kicker. His frame? Eerily similar to Mike Williams. Same size, same physicality, and that same ability to go up and win. He runs patient, veteran-style routes that drive DBs nuts. He knows when to cut, when to strike. And make no mistake, Harris wants to be the guy. Post-draft, he said he's been grinding specifically on YAC plays because he knows that's where he can shine. He wants it and he's working for it. Now think about this arsenal. McConkey, Harris, Lambert-Smith, Gadsden. That's a whole new toolbox. For the first time in a long time, Herbert might actually have options, might actually have breathing room, might actually stop forcing miracles and start throwing with confidence. This changes the whole mental game. Pressure on the pass game, drops, defenses. Can't just lock on one guy anymore. The offense starting to look dangerous again. It's early, sure, and yeah, he's got to prove it on the field. The NFL ain't college, but when you mix raw talent with the right mindset and a coaching staff that's betting big, The result's usually fireworks, and if that fired you up, wait till you see what the Chargers just pulled in the backfield. Because the next move flipped every expectation and hit the team's power core right in the strategy. Some moves look small until you realize they're chess, not checkers. When the Chargers slapped an unrestricted free agent tender on J.K. Dobbins, it looked routine. But trust me, this was a straight-up power play. Let's break it down. With rookie Omarion Hampton and vet Najee Harris already in the building, everyone figured the RB room was full. First rounder with burst, pro bowler with a chip on his shoulder. That's a wrap, right? Wrong. Then came the Dobbins move. And here's why it's genius. That exclusive tender gives the Chargers full control. If Dobbins doesn't sign elsewhere before camp, LA holds all the cards. They can match, walk away, or benefit from compensatory picks. Win-win. So why keep Dobbins in play? Simple. He delivered. Quietly, without headlines, he racked up 905 rushing yards and 9 TDs last season. He was a silent engine in the ground game. And Harbaugh? He's building a team that dominates with physicality, a team that runs through you, and Dobbins is that guy, straight-up sledgehammer. When healthy, he's consistent, explosive, and relentless. The injury history? Sure, that's the risk, but that's why this move works. The Chargers aren't overcommitting, but they're also not letting go. If he stays, we've got a three-headed monster: Hampton, Najee, Dobbins, youth, power, experience. If he walks, we gain room and future draft ammo. Meanwhile, competition rises. Nobody's comfy. Everyone's grinding. And here's what people miss. Harbaugh loves RB committees. At Michigan, he rotated backs to keep defenses on edge and wear them down. We could see that blueprint again. Dobbins for explosiveness. Hampton for balance. Najee for straight-up punishment. Different weapons, one goal: give Herbert space and win. Psychologically, it's a nightmare for defenses. You can't prep for everything. You don't know who's coming or when. 1 minute you're bracing for power, the next, speed hits you in the gut. That unpredictability breaks game plans. And that kind of depth is what separates contenders from pretenders. But hang tight, because if that move was smart, this next one hit different. The emotional core of the offense just got a new face, and when a rookie inherits both the jersey and the burden of changing a team, that hits different. Some guys get drafted with potential, others get drafted with purpose. Omarion Hampton, he's the second kind, first-round pick, 22nd overall, all eyes on him, coaches locked in, and now he's rocking a new number. No more 28. That belongs to Hassan Haskins. So no fuss, no ego. Hampton picked 8. That says everything. The 8's got meaning. In college football, it screams versatility. And for a back like Hampton who runs, catches, blocks, and bruises, it fits. Harbaugh nailed it. He's a third down guy. He can block, he can catch, he can score, he does it all. When your coach talks like that, does it all, you know this isn't just another pick. This is a blueprint piece. Draft night, there was no hesitation. Harbaugh and Ortiz said it outright. If he was there at 22, he was theirs. Period. This wasn't need-based, it was belief-based. They saw Hampton as the best player on the board. And when you use a first-rounder on an RB, the bar is sky-high. He's ready. 3,565 yards, 36 touchdowns, balance, burst, vision. But what really sold the staff? He's complete. He knows the system. He knows when to switch gears, when to block, when to become the safety valve. That's gold in a rebuilding offense, and the fans, they feel it. When the Chargers posted his number on socials, it blew up. People already want the jersey. Some are throwing out comparisons to Chubb and Barkley, but mostly, you see hope, because fans know when a move hits, and this one hit big. The post said it all. Rookie digit. Short caption. Big meaning. These aren't just rookies, they're the future. And if Hampton becomes what he looks like he can be, he might just be the first real star of the Harbaugh era. Because it's not just talent, it's readiness, it's mindset. Now, after all these changes, all these new names, all these bets, only one piece is missing. You. Yeah, you. It's time for the fan base to show up with the same fire. The message is loud and clear. This isn't a rebuild. It's the launch of a new dynasty. Every move today had strategy behind it. Every name dropped was a bet on something bigger. So what's your move? Are you holding on to the past or riding into this new chapter with fire in your gut? Drop a comment. Let them know Bolt Nation is wide awake. Smash that like, share this with another diehard, and hit subscribe. Because this season won't wait for anyone, and in this war, nobody quits halfway.